Hey everyone, I'm back and today we're going to be talking about Cube² Hypercube, or a Cube² Hypercube. And this movie came out in 2002 and it's a sequel to Cube, which I rewatched in preparation for this review. And rewatching it, I enjoyed it still. It's an incredibly flawed film, but I do think that it's effective and works for what it's going for. And also, after watching this movie, I have some newfound appreciation for the first movie as well. Because this movie didn't get anything right that the first movie did. It's trying to take everything that the first movie did and take it to the next level, basically, for a lack of a better way of saying it, I guess. But unfortunately, it just ignores everything that made what the original film did work so well. The sets in this movie, it's all white and bright, and there's no different colors for different rooms, and it's all just blown out and overexposed and very distracting. And the movie is also very poorly shot at points, and also another thing that let me down were the visual effects in the film. And they just looked really bad, and nothing looked like it was a part of the environment. And also, there were points where I didn't even know what they were trying to go for at points. None of the acting was convincing. I didn't think any of the performances were good in this movie. Nothing made any sense in terms of the story, and also it just felt like a bunch of random things happening for no reason. There are no likable characters. I never knew who to root for, and also when things get revealed, it just brings up the question, why? Why are things happening in the way that they are? Couldn't tell you. The pacing in this movie is very slow. It feels like forever for things to happen in this movie. And in the first movie, things that were happening, either developing the characters or moving along to eventually get out of the cube. Like one of those two things where characters were arguing with each other and it was very interesting. But in this movie, you get that kind of, but every single conversation in this movie leads to nowhere, basically. Or at least for the most part. Like most conversations in this movie are pretty useless. And this movie also tried to be kind of a bit more light in terms of its tone. Like, there were a bunch of jokes in the movie that really did not land for me, and this movie is supposed to be a horror movie, but I never once felt scared, either because of things being shown or for the characters, anything like that. I just felt like, wow, nothing is happening, and I don't care about anything. I don't care about the comedy. It's just a movie where I feel nothing. I found it odd that this movie decided to have a split screen to kind of tell you who these characters are as they're explaining their backstories. And all I could think of is, why did that need to happen? Because in the first movie, characters just say who they are, and that's all you need, just some dialogue. You don't need to see a whole lot of anything, like some flashbacks or anything like that, or split screens. Like, I feel like flashbacks are a lot less distracting than split screens. But anyways, the first movie just handled the information it was presenting infinitely better than this movie. And also what I forgot to mention is that this movie has an over-reliance on CGI, and none of it looks convincing, like I've said already. But it would be fine and all if it was just practical effects, and that would be more forgivable. But this movie really overuses CG. I don't think there's a single trap that doesn't use CG now that I think about it. I could be wrong about that. Maybe I'm just forgetting something. Because this movie really just did not have my full attention throughout the entire runtime. And I don't think I really missed anything because of that. Nor do I take shame in doing that or admitting that, because this is a really tough film to sit through. Despite not being very long, there's really nothing to get attached to or care about. And that's about all I have to say about Cube² Hypercube. It was terrible, it has a terrible title, it didn't make any sense, and nothing mattered. I didn't find anything compelling, and overall it was just a really bad movie that you do not need to see. It's not even worth watching because it's a funny bad movie. And if there was a point where I laughed unintentionally, then it was just like one moment where I kind of snorted air out of my nose a little bit, but that's about it. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Cube² Hypercube a 1 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Cube² Hypercube, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Cube². So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.